Hello everyone, myself Nithin Heraje, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, AJ Institute of Engineering and Technology, Mangaluru. Today I am going to explain Computer Graphics Laboratory program number 2, that is create and rotate a triangle with respect to a origin and a fixed point. So to know about this, first we should know what is rotation and how it happens with respect to different axes. As we all know, there are three axes, that is z-axis, x-axis and y-axis. So let me take this as an object now. Okay, so this is the object. Say this way you will have the x-axis, that is horizontal, and vertical way you will have the y-axis, and z-axis will be this way, either it comes near you or it goes far from you. Okay, so now if this is an object, I want to rotate this with respect to x-axis. So if I am rotating with respect to x-axis, that means this is x-axis. So just hold it like this. So this is x-axis. When you rotate with respect to x-axis, the y and z value of the object is going to change. That is, this is rotation with respect to x axis. So if this is the x axis, the object starts rotating like this. So as you see, the vertical values will change and the near and far values also going to change. That is nothing but the y-axis value and the z-axis values are going to change when you rotate the object with respect to x-axis. Similarly, if you want to rotate an object with respect to y-axis, so that is here, uh, this is y-axis. So if you are going to rotate it, the x value and the z value of this object is going to change. So this is with respect to y-axis. So I'll rotate this object. When I rotate this object, you all can see that horizontal value and near and far value is going to change. Okay, that is nothing but x and z axis values of this object is going to change. So this is with respect to rotation with respect to y-axis. Now, if I say rotation with respect to z-axis, that means the z-axis is something like this. Okay, so I will have to rotate the object now. So I will rotate the object. You can see that when you rotate the object, the x and y value of the object is going to change. Okay, that means when you rotate with respect to z axis, the x value and y value of the object is going to change. Okay, so this is about the rotation which you need to know before you are getting into the program. So now we'll look into the program, how it works. So this is the um, program that we were speaking about. That is, you have to rotate a triangle about the origin and a fixed point. So there are two aspects here. You need to rotate about the origin. So when you rotate about the origin, there is only one step, that you are going to rotate the object with respect to the origin. Okay, that is where x and y value, xy coordinates will be 0 0. And when you want to rotate around a fixed point, there are three steps involved in it. That is, first step is called as the translation, second step is nothing but rotation, and third step is nothing but negative translation. Now what is translation? Translation is nothing but when you want any object to be rotated around a fixed point, first thing that has to be done is the object has to be got to the origin position. Okay, it has to be moved towards the origin. So next thing is that you are going to rotate the object. Okay, so you're going to rotate the object And the third step is that negative translation, nothing but you are going to move the object back to the original position. Okay, so next we'll look into this program. Here there is two functions, that is, one is draw pixel function and second one is triangle function. So in the draw pixel function, you are going to draw a point of size 5 at position x and y, and in the draw triangle function, you're going to draw a triangle with these three coordinates. So you have x and y coordinates as 100, the second x and y coordinate 250, 400, third x and y coordinate is 400 and 100. Okay, and we are going to use some variables, that is th, which is nothing but theta, which holds the value of angle of rotation, and then we have trx and try, which holds the value of translation of x and y values. Okay, next we'll move to the main function there. So in the main function, it has been asked enter fixed points x comma y for rotation. So you can give only three possible x and y pair for this, which is nothing but the vertex of your triangle. Any one vertices of your triangle out of these three vertices, you can give it as x and y value here. Okay, so and next, all these, I think these are the basic functions. You should be thorough with this. So next I'm going to move with uh, init function here. When I go to init, the difference I find is here in the GLU ortho, that is minus 500 to plus 500. Why is this minus 500 to plus 500? Is that when you rotate an object with respect to the origin, the object moves towards the negative part of x and y values. So that's why we are setting the viewing window as minus 500 to 500, since origin is 0 comma 0. Okay, next is that we have a display function. We will look into it later. Now we have a create menu option. So we are going to create a rotate menu. We'll look into this function, what it is. So in this rotate menu, what are the things that we are having? We have three options here. Option 1, you rotate around the origin. Option 2, you have it as you rotate around the fixed point, and option 3 is you stop rotation. Okay, so these are the three options, and when these three options will pop up, so you will pop up these three options when you right click the mouse button. When you right click the mouse button, you will get these three options under rotate menu. Okay, so let me go to rotate menu. So in the rotate menu, here it says if option equal to 1, that means option 1 is for rotate around the origin. So your R flag is set to 1, and option 2 is rotate with a fixed point where R flag is set to uh, 2, and third option where R flag is set to 3 when it is stop the rotation. Okay, next I'll just move on to the display function. Okay, so here in the display function, so we are going to check the three conditions, that if it is R flag equal to 1, 2 or 3, and we are going to perform these three operations. If you look at these three operations, here the first operation is nothing but uh, translation, and second operation is rotation, and third operation is negative translation. So if we are going to rotate with respect to the origin, then positive translation and negative translation will not be there. We will have only rotation. Only if it is a fixed point rotation, then we will have translation, rotation, and then negative translation. Okay, so here So as we know, R flag equal to 1. This is nothing but when you are going to rotate with respect to a origin. Rotate with respect to origin means the x value and y value for translation is 0, because when you are going to rotate around the origin, you don't have translation as well as negative translation. Only thing is you have rotation. So you are going to set the theta value as 0.1. Then you are going to draw the pixel at the origin, that is 0, 0. Okay. Now, so after checking this condition, if that is true, then next it comes to these three operations where your translate, rotate, and negative translation will take place. So as we all know, there will not be any translation if rotation around the origin. So already this x and y value has been set to 0. So set to 0, as good as you are not going to perform any operation. And in rotate function, you have 4 arguments here. You can see 4 arguments in the rotate function, where first argument, it is the angle of rotation, and you have next 3 of parameters, which is nothing but x, y, and z. It says whether you have to rotate with respect to x-axis, y-axis, or z-axis. Since here in our program the value of x and y changes, that means the rotation happens with respect to z-axis. So the value of z parameter is set to 1, and next operation is that translate again. Since we don't have any negative translation and trx and try value is set to 0, this is not going to do nothing. Okay, after which we are going to display the triangle with the new value of uh, object, that is a rotated object. Okay, then we are going to use this glut post redisplay, which is specially used when you have changes in the object. So in our case, change in object is nothing but object keeps rotating, so you need to keep redisplaying the object as and when it changes the value till an interruption is caused. Okay, so here the interruption is nothing but if you right click the mouse button, you will be given with the 3 option and you are supposed to select any one. So that would be the interruption in this case. So first case, that is flag equal to 1, we have checked what it is. Next we'll see what is what happens when flag is set to 2. So when flag is set to 2, it means that you are going to uh, rotate with a fixed point. So when it is a fixed point, you have 3 operations. You have to translate, you have to rotate, and then you have a negative translation. So that's why here translate of x value is set to x and y value is set to y, and then theta is given as 0.1, and then you're going to draw a pixel at, that is nothing but you're going to draw a point at position x comma y, and this is nothing but a pixel at the fixed point. Okay, you're going to draw the pixel at the fixed point, and then again it moves to these 3 things where it performs a translate option with respect to x and y value as been given, and then it rotates with respect to the value that is given in theta point 1, and then x and y value, that is here it is not x and y. With respect to x and y, rotation does not take place with respect to y, rather it takes with respect to z. And the third operation is it is a gl translate. uh, Here again x and y value is given, so since it is a negative translation, it is minus trx and minus try is given over here, and there is no z translation. Okay, then you are going to draw the triangle, and then you have uh, blood post redisplay again to display the object with the new position. Okay, next thing is you are going to have r flag equal to 3, which means that you need to stop the rotation. So you need to stop the rotation means you don't have to translate, you don't have to rotate. So if you don't have to translate, then the x and y value for translate is 0, and the theta value also been set to 0, and a pixel is being drawn in the origin position, that is at x and y coordinates, the 0 0 position. So this is about the display function. So that's it, is the program of rotating the triangle. So when you get, you need to enter the value for x and y, which is nothing but it should be one pair among those triangle vertices, not anything else. After that, uh, you'll have to select if it has to rotate with respect to the origin, or if it has to rotate with respect to the fixed point, or you need to stop the rotation. Okay. So that's it about the program. I think you all understood with this program. Okay. Thank you so much.